Welcome back to WGTV and episode 59. I'm Adam, your host, and we're going to be bringing you a game of Age of Sigmar, 2,000 points from the General's Handbook, 23 through to 24. Now, in the red corner, we have Mr. McFoxface. Yes! That's so wrong. Yes. And what are you going to be playing with?
Well, I'm going to be bringing something to the channel that we've not seen for a while.
But has been demanded. Has been asked for.
The fox is back. Well, when you see my list, you'll see the makeup of it. It's not quite the hurricane list that I think was asked for, but it does have a fox.
That's the main thing. We all need a fox. Meanwhile, in the black corner, she's back. The giggler herself. Jane, bring her...
Pandas, my ogres.
Ogres.
Back.
That's it. They're back. It's fantastic. So we've got Lumineth versus Pandas. Ogres. Sorry, can't get rid of it. That's it. But before we get any further with all that, of course, we do have to say a huge, huge thank you to all our patrons, which these two are included, and all our sponsors. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Without you, we would be absolutely nothing. And you just help us add more to the channel and bring you more of these every single week as much as we can. And we're going to keep bringing them, even if you didn't. So there you go. But before we can get in to find out more about Mr. Fox and Mrs. Panda, then we need to find out what scenario they're going to be playing in. Well, there is only one man that can help us. Now, some say that if he was to remove his hood, the ravens would leave the Tower of London, and London would fall. All we know is he's called the Cleric.
Power fucks. Across the realms, mages and sorcerers hunt the sites of pure power that birth the incarnates. And in Andor, many such sites lie temptingly unclaimed. In this battle, players can only score victory points for objectives they control if the objectives have been activated at the start of each battle round. After determining which player will take the first turn, the player taking the second turn must choose which pair of objectives, either A or B, are activated for that battle round. You score in this mission as such. You score 1 point if you control one of the activated objectives. Score another if you control both activated objectives. Score 1 victory point for each activated objective you control that is contested by a friendly Andorian locus and that has no enemy Andorian locus units contesting it. Score 1 victory point if any enemy wizards were destroyed in that battle round. Score 2 victory points if you completed your battle tactic.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Cleric. That was scary. Scared? Interested? Think you can do it? Well, let's have a closer look at the armies. And I think first up, we'll look at Mr. Fox.
Welcome to the Realm of Light, and I'm going to introduce my Lumineth Realmlords army to you. If we zoom in at the back there, then we can see my general, the Hurricane Wind Mage, sitting on his throne on the shrine there. He is my general. He has the spell Transporting Vortex. He has an Amulet of Destiny, just try and keep him a bit more alive. And he has Master of Magic as his command trait. Zooming out to the front, another character I have is the Venari Lord Regent. He is bonded to the Incarnate behind him, Inky, and he is a lovely chap. At the back left there, alongside Inky, we have Pinky, who is my Spirit of the Wind. to give a little bit of manoeuvrability and firepower to the army. And then the battle line is going to be 2 units of wardens at the front here, and behind them 2 units of reinforced sentinels for 2 units of 20. And then right at the back there we have 2 endless spells, the Gnashing Jaws and the Burning Head. Thought it was wise to have that since Lumineth have the battle tactic to cast 2 endless spells. The grand strategy is to try and keep the Wind Mage alive.
Hi, I am back. This time I've got the pandas again, which are ogres, and I've gone for the same list again. So it's 1950 points in the battle regiment drop, so it's 1 drop. I've got 3 units of gluttons here at the front. Aren't they pretty? And then if we pan back to the top right, you can see my Frostlord on Stonehorn, which is Adam, who rides Sean. He has got the Rockmane Elder trait, so he is -1 to wound. We have then got my Bloodpelt Hunter at the back. Got him there to cast a spell for me first turn, hopefully. And he will help me get my Grand Strat, which is the Spellcasting Savant. We have got, oh, he's called Houdini as well. We have got the Tyrant next to him. He's still nameless, guys. I really need you to give him a name. Tyrant there. And finally, we have got my Incarnate, Fluffy. As you remember, Fluffy likes to run across the board looking for snuggles, and Fluffy is bonded to the Frostlord on Stonehorn. Oh, well, Fox wants to play with the Panda. I think I'm going to let the Fox go first.
The light has shone brightly in turn 1. The Lumineth have sort of shuffled up and done a bit, as is their wont. So we went for Blind the Enemy this turn, which is far less devastating than it sounds. It means I've got to cast 4 spells with 4 different wizards, basically, or 4 different units. Which, considering I've got 6 casts, I was hoping I'd be able to do, since Jane's only wizard is out of range. So we rolled for primal dice. We both got 2, so that was good. That only helped. And we both failed to get a command point on our respective people. After that, turn was very, very straightforward, really. It was a case of cast a load of spells. We cast Greater Power of Hysh with the Lord Regent and got 3 units, so it was himself and both Sentinel units. The spears at the front both cast Power of Hysh on themselves, so every unit in this area is doing mortal wounds on 5s to hit, and that came up later. And then the 2 Sentinel units with their spells managed to put out the 2 endless spells here in the Gnashing Jaws and the Burning Head, and we got Mystic Shield off on the Fox as well from the Wind Mage. And that was about what took most of the time in the turn, because everything else was just shuffle up and shoot. The Fox was over here and he shot at the Incarnate, and the Sentinels over here shot at the Incarnate as well, and they did a total of 9, was it?
9 wounds, yeah.
Yeah. Did we roll to see if he went down a level?
No, we did not. We did
Should
not
we
do that yet.
on camera? Give the viewers some live dice rolling action. Here we go, here we go. No, he's fine.
I'm fine.
He's fine.
The fear was real then.
So yeah, glad to know that all that shooting was in vain.
You took
but I did take off a Panda on this
You
flank
took
with the
a
other
glutton
centre.
off and then caused a wound on one.
I did.
It's something.
But that was the sum total of my turn, other than to say I scored 3 points for holding one objective because these two are active. Sorry, I'll just die for a second. And Pinky is holding this one for me, and I got my battle tactics. So over to Ogre turn 1.
So, my turn 1. It went alright, to be fair. I tried to dispel the jaws, failed, and then I went for magical dominance for my tactic. So Houdini here managed to cast Mystic Shield on the Stonehorn. It did mean I had to use all of the primal dice I'd built up though. We had 2 from Adam's turn before, and then this turn we got 1. And I managed to get the spell on a 12, so that was quite nice. No, on a 21.
21.
21. It's 21, not 12. 21.
3 primal dice, only a 12.
Yeah, 21. Maths is not my strong point. I'm an ogre player, there's a reason. So I've got that off. I then moved up over here. My gluttons were here. I moved them to here. And I decided I was a little bit hungry. So I charged Pinky. They did all right. I got, what was it, 3 or 4?
Four wounds.
What was
I think
it?
you got, couple of wounds on the charge.
Yeah, I got a few wounds off on the charge with their mortal wounds because of Meat Fist making them a 4-up, which was nice. And then combat, they did a fair amount, but not as much as I'd have liked because there was Mystic Shield on them and there was all-out defense. But you know, it has given them this objective because Pinky walked off, which was nice. And then over here, I ran onto this to make sure it was mine. I've just moved Fluffy here, so she is tagging it, but at the same time, she's a bit further away because in case I lose the next turn, the other incarnate could just come at me. And I've just blocked up here so that this will, depending on which objective is active, be a nice little block ready. And that was it. So I got 4 points because I had 1, 2 plus tactic. Oh, who gets to go?
WGTV.
No!
There we go. Hey. Got to talk to your dice, people. I'll take turn 2, thank you. Hello. So before this game started, Jane said, I'm not wearing red, it didn't do well for me last time, I must wear black, and it's doing very well for her. So yeah, let me tell you about this turn. It wasn't a complete disaster, but it was heading that way. So we decided that we're a magic army, we've got lots of casts and we've got lots of wizards out of range, so I'll see your magical dominance and I'll do magical dominance myself, because I had at least 3 casts that were out of range, so I thought I'm bound to cast at least one of those, right? And to be fair, that's where the turn started pretty well. We got some primal dice, we rolled for heroic actions and so on, and I cast Power of Hish on this unit. I cast Power of Hish on this unit, and I cast Mystic Shield on the Incarnate with the Wind Mage. He was over there at the time. So I had 3 spells, no unbinds, so battle tactic achieved. I didn't cast with the other 3 because they were in range of the unbind and I didn't want that to happen. Now, the eagle-eyed amongst you, YouTube, will realise that both Jane and I have an incarnate, and yet neither of us know how incarnates work. Because, and I'm sure some of you were screaming at the screen when I cast an endless spell here, turn 1, and the incarnate, which was here, went, oh yeah, I'm just going to ignore that. We just forgot. Neither of us actually had remembered that rule that incarnates eat endless spells. So, taking advantage of that fact, the burning head landed next to the incarnate and it is now wreathed in flames. So I felt like that was the best way of getting the burning head out of its way. So there we go. So on a 4-up, it takes D3 mortal wounds after movement from now on until I roll a 1 to 3, which will probably happen and then it'll just be gone.
Now.
But there we
Might
go.
get better.
So you can probably tell that I'm about to get to the part where this turn went south. That's, so the gnashing jaws, bless it, burning head did its job. Gnashing jaws went, a tyrant, an unnamed one at that. And he rolled a 17 on 3d6, went gnashing over this chap's head, and went, there you go, 11 mortal wounds. Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Well, I did. I managed to only take 4 wounds from it. I managed to roll really, really well with my ward save.
So, was what that tyrant did.
Yeah.
So Pinky went, right, I'll have a go at that. And he flew over here and he went, and did 2 wounds. So the tyrant's still there laughing at me with 2 wounds remaining. And I've still not managed to kill him. However,
Please give him a name. He needs one.
he needs a name. The Unkillable Tyrant or something like that.
He's earning a name.
I don't know, Lazarus or something. There were some, what were they, pandas?
Gluttons.
Gluttons
You had some gluttons.
over here, so I did manage to do something with my turn. 2 units of sentinels it took to finish them off though. And then Inky decided, I want to have a go. I'm going to come around here and I'm going to have a go at these pandas.
Gluttons.
Gluttons as well. And he had a little charge over here thinking, well, how bad could it possibly be?
With
he did
Mystic
all right.
Shield.
With Mystic Shield, he killed 3 of them.
Yeah, he killed 3 gluttons.
And I was pretty happy with Inky at that point, until they hit him back and did 7 wounds to him. I thought, it's all right, I've got Mystic Shield, it's fine. Inky will be fine. And I rolled 1 4-up.
And they're 2 damage each.
And they're 2 damage each. So, bless him, Inky has taken 12 damage. And since we did it turn 1, we will do the roll live for Inky this turn as well.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh, poor Inky.
So yes, as you can see, the turn did indeed go south.
The red dice are
But yeah, at the end of that turn, I have 6 points because I scored the same again. Just one objective and battle tactic. And now I'm going to have a little cry.
Well, it's safe to say I still love Fluffy. Absolutely love her. I've not put my tactic on. I went for Intimidate the Invaders, which is have more units outside of my deployment than in, which I did because I moved, just in case my dice rolls went bad, I was thinking ahead. I ran these gluttons to here so that they were out of my deployment. I moved my tyrant over here, deliberately left him out onto the edge of the objective, thank you, so that I would be scoring it if everything else failed. Moved Sean and Adam over here, the Frost Lord, because I wanted to do some chargy stuff. Now I deliberately made sure that I moved my tyrant first so that if any redeploys went on, I knew what distance I needed for my Stormhorn. So Pinky did some cheeky redeploys, but I was still able to charge here, which was nice. These guys were already in combat and I didn't need to worry about the Incarnate being out of my territory because it's not an Ogre unit. So that was nice. Tactic I knew was done. I went for a Mystic Shield, but it was dispelled because I only rolled a 6. did not want to add a primal dice in because primal dice in a 1, not a good shout. So that was that. And then we got some charges. So like I said, I charged over here, that went well. Fluffy decided she was coming for some snuggles. She took 1 wound from the fiery head, but that was it. And yeah, then we got some combat on. So I managed to kill over here.
My Lord Regent.
Yeah, thank you. I killed the Lord Regent, which the Incarnate is bound to.
Pinky bravely ran away again.
Yes.
So just in case we're wondering rules-wise, he can pile in 6 inches in any direction and he doesn't have to go towards closest. So he often uses it just to get outside of 3 because he's a wimp.
Which he did, and he did well. It has now caused a bit of worry because I've now killed the Lord Regent. The Incarnate over here is wild if the Incarnate survives the turn. So it's all fun and games here. My Gluttons did some chompy, and they did quite well again, didn't they, for Gluttons?
Reasonably well.
Yeah, for just 3 of them, they did quite well. And then Fluffy did a fair amount. So Fluffy has taken 9 wounds.
And Inky has taken 14.
So this is stressful because I could now drop a level, but I could also go up a level if I kill Inky. and
if Inky survives, he's wild.
Yes.
So, time to have a little roll.
Okay, you'll notice I've swapped to white dice, dear viewers.
Oh yeah, you got fed up with red. Oh, you're good. You're good. You're good.
He's not dead.
Oh no, pressure's now on me. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Who saw that coming? We do have a priority to roll now.
Yes, so I've now dropped a level.
Yeah. So we're both level 1.
Both level 1. We've got priority.
Because that puts you on 8.
Yes. So I got my tactic, scored both of them, so that put me on 8 points. So this is very important priority.
Wargo TV. Show it to me.
Whoa! Yes!
Not that one!
Oh, yes! I'm going to take it. I have to. I really like this turn. Like turn 3, good turn for me. So we started the turn by putting a Mystic Shield on Houdini, just in case everything went wrong and somehow, what was your Incarnate called? Inky. I'll remember eventually. Inky came over and managed to smash terrain and whatnot. Didn't happen, thankfully. I went for the battle tactic of Led into the Maelstrom, which is have a unit of battle line charge and a hero charge, and at the end of the turn, 1 has to still be within 3 inches of an enemy unit. So I went for the Tyrant into Pinky.
Well remembered.
Somehow, that didn't go very well. I mean, it went well for me, but the Tyrant managed to kill Pinky with just the impact charges, which was nice. And I moved this unit of Gluttons. This was not good. I moved within 3 inches of the unit. Charge. I rolled a 2. Thankfully, when I was doing my movement, I made sure I measured accurately and thought ahead, not like me, so that Adam and Sean came here and I was just within 18, so that I was able to re-roll the charge and get in.
On a 3?
Yeah, I just got a 3. Like this.
Roll a total of 5 on 4d6.
Yeah, it was my turn for the dice to say, nah. So it was very risky. I was like, I don't think I'm going to get my tactic, but I managed. Because of course, my Gluttons over here that were in combat could not retreat. They couldn't do anything because you can't retreat from an Incarnate. So I managed to get my charge off, and then it was risky business of, can I damage them enough that they're not going to kill me, but not kill them enough so that Battle Shock is just automatically failed. Thankfully, that went well. I did all right. Over here, we had combat. Gluttons really do not like incarnates. What was it? 7 or 8 wounds again?
8.
8 wounds the Gluttons did again to Inky.
It's more that Inky just doesn't like rolling saves.
No, Inky was not impressed with that. So the Gluttons did a fair bit of damage. Inky attacked back and attacked Fluffy and has done 12 wounds to Fluffy.
Thought it was 14.
Fluffy managed to kill Inky. So now I need to roll to see if I get a 12 or more.
Fluffy is on 14 wounds.
14, sorry.
It was 8 plus 6.
Yes,
remember?
it was.
We did maths together.
I've not put it up after thinking. I was on 12 and took 2 more. Yes, so I need to roll a 15 or more in order to keep Fluffy at the level. Well, she's on bracket 1. She'd go up to 2. So this all depends. That's no.
That wouldn't have even got 12.
No. So, but it's all good because what actually happened is she went up to level 2. She's dropped back down to level 1 because I did kill Inky. So I'm not dead. Somehow I'm not dead. So that then meant that I managed to score this one because I count as 10 here, and I got my tactic. So another 4 points. So it's 11-6.
Well, this little elf is trying to be the little elf that could. I'm hanging in there, doing my best, trying to punch out against all of these horrible pandas who just keep hitting me. But yeah, so turn 3, we went for conserve ether quartz was my tactic. So a Lumineth unit has to kill an enemy unit whilst not spending any ether quartz. So I picked the Wardens, and I picked the nameless tyrant, the man with no name. Who obviously isn't there, so spoiler alert. He needs a name, yes, he does. The man with no name, was that Clint Eastwood?
Don't know.
Anyway, we'll let YouTube correct my ignorance. So yes, we cast some spells, we got some power of Hishoff on various units, on the Wardens, on the Sentinels, on the other Sentinels.
Failed my dispel.
And failed the dispel, yeah. And then I went for a brave little move of this champion cast the Burning Head and put it into the Incarnate again. So the Incarnate was engulfed with flame again, but when it got to the movement phase I rolled a 1 and the flames went out. So that was, yeah.
You tried.
And there wasn't much else to the turn really. The Wardens moved up, charged the Tyrant and killed him, and these Sentinels had to shoot the Gluttons in front of them because they were technically within 3 inches. I had planned to shoot both of them at the Incarnate, but
stubborn little Gluttons.
They had to shoot the Gluttons. This unit shot the Incarnate and did 8 wounds.
Yeah.
We've started a tradition of rolling on camera for this, so
do my eyes like me?
Go on, beat 8. It's not that hard, is it?
Oh yeah, I'm fine.
Fine.
I saw the 4 and was like.
So all that remains really is I scored another 3 points because I can't score more than 3. That'd be stupid. So we just got to roll for priority for turn 4. Come on. No.
I'm gonna take it. Well, that was another good turn. I am liking these turns. Black dice for the win. All about the black dice. I'm running low on tactics though. So I went for Savour Their Taste, which is at the end of my turn, every ogre unit be hungry and not in battle. So it's nice and easy with little Houdini over here that's sat over here. This is why I can't score Eat Their Fill, because he can't be in combat unless that's killed and whatnot. So we got some primal dice. We both got one, so that was 2 primal dice. So I very cleverly went for a Mystic Shield on my Stonehorn, because I needed him up over here so that he counts as 10 on this objective with him being an ogre, meaning that when Adam then takes his turn, and he's probably going to come and attack me and whatnot, just gives me a little bit more survivability with his save and then his ward save. We're not going to have the same thing as happened last time as I was on the channel. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. I'm buffing him up. I got my tactic, as you can see, because everyone is hungry. I let Adam kill my glutton that was in combat over here, just because it gave me my tactic. Fluffy flew over here because, you know, she flies, she's got the movement. I did really well on my charge. Didn't matter because I don't have the charge bonus with, you know, the charge things with her. And I came onto the objective just tagging it, meaning that I am 15 wounds on there. So that is now my objective. I auto run these gluttons from here onto this to make sure that was my objective, just in case Adam was to teleport over. He's got to think about things and can't just auto secure the win. Yes, and Fluffy took 8 wounds. So now I need to roll. Oh no!
Oh, it's easy to do.
That was risky. Don't tell me it's easy. Clearly it's not.
There's your wound token.
Thank you. Fluffy's quite happy to survive at the moment. And it is over to Adam's turn 4, and it is currently 16-9.
Well, it's starting to feel a bit like pushing ether quartz uphill, so but turn 4 it is, and we needed a battle tactic, and I thought, I know, I'm going to be a brave. Excuse me. I had a packet of crisps earlier. Anyway, I decided I'm going to be a brave elf and not joke. And I'm going to intimidate invaders and get some units across the table and play this game properly and charge. And it was all lined up perfectly. The Wind Mage was going to zip over here and the Wardens were going to zip over there, and I was going to teleport these Sentinels over there and shoot off these Gluttons, and I would have 3 units over there and only 2 back here, and all would be wonderful, and I would be taking objectives and taking names and all the rest of it. Unfortunately, my Wind Mage didn't read the script, and he decided that he was, even with Master of Magic, going to roll a 3 for Transporting Vortex, and then a 7. So even with the +1, so rolled a 6, got 7 for the +1. Transporting Vortex needs an 8. So the Sentinels weren't going anywhere, and I wasn't going to get the battle tactics. So I thought, I know, I'll just try and kill stuff. So we put everything into reverse. Brought the Sentinels this way, brought the Wardens this way, brought another little unit of Wardens that I'd rallied over here. I thought, surely I can kill the Incarnate this time. Unloaded 2 units of Sentinels into him, charged a unit of Wardens in. Both of these units kind of went and didn't really do anything. But we have put 12 wounds on him. Jane, would you like to do the honours?
Yes, on her. Oh. Fluffy's offended. On her.
She just looks a bit manly to me. She's starting to dislike Incarnates.
Stop calling her a man. She might be less angry.
No, she's a pretty girl. And yes, we'll roll for turn 5 then.
Oh.
Beat that. 2.
Oh. Oh.
It's your
Look
choice.
I'm going to take it. Well, that was another good turn. Definitely good for these black dice. Love them. Love them. Unfortunately, I have run out of tactics that I could score because Adam, frustratingly, has not killed my general, meaning he has not given me the reprisal tactic at any point. So I went for savour the tasteless, no, eat the fill. Which is every ogre unit is eating at the start of the combat phase. I couldn't achieve it because Houdini's back here, but I had to choose tactics, that's what I did. We went for primal dice, we both got one. I got a command point over here on my Stonehorn, which I then used for all-out attack. Didn't really need it, but spend it if you get it. I rallied my gluttons over here, managed to get 2 back. And then I walked them over here onto this objective so that I was able to score this. When I was doing my movement, I moved them. Didn't move my Stonehorn so that I was able to charge without Adam redeploying, making it harder for me. So I then charged and I used my monstrous rampage of the 3d6 move. So I was able to come over the unit that was in my way, which got me onto the objective. In effect, what you do is it's like a stomp then. So I took a few out, and then with my first attack, I just went, bleh, and
I mean, to be fair, once you put the impact hits into them, they weren't in your way anymore.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, yes, I did have quite a few impact hits. I did roll well for that. Fluffy took a few archers out over here. What was it, about half the unit that you had left?
Yeah, just under.
Yeah, I took quite a few out here. And then she has then taken 3 wounds. But that's it.
Triple one.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
There's a 1. There's a 1.
She's fine. She's here to live another day. She's waiting for you now. So that was then score 1, score 2. I didn't score my tactic, so it takes me to 18 on turn 5.
Well, dear viewers, the Fox's return to the channel has been, well, it's been a return. We've played out turn 5. I went for the battle tactic Hish Made Manifest, which meant I had to have 2 endless spells on the table at the end of the turn. So all I spent my time really doing was the Wind Mage, who was out of range to be unbound, cast the Gnashing Jaws and sent it up the right wing over there. And then this little chap in the Sentinel unit cast the Burning Head. He was in range to be unbound, so it was a little bit dicey because we rolled 5 with a 4 and a 1, and that's important because I had 3 primal dice. And I thought, but I've got to do it to get the battle tactic. So I rolled the first primal dice, rolled a 4, rolled the second primal dice, rolled a 2. I know Jane's only got 1, but I need more than that. So I rolled the third one and I got a 4. So yeah, knowing my luck, I would have miscast it. But we managed to get the Burning Head out there. And then I thought, yeah, well, I mean, the best we can really hope for here is to put my wizard on an objective because he's worth more and try and kill the Stonehorn with the shooting. But because we'd cast the Burning Head, I couldn't cast Power of Hish, so they were only doing mortals on 6s, and did the sum total of not a lot to him.
No, I had some good. I had ward saves again, which were good.
And since my grand strategy was keep the Wind Mage alive, he didn't get any delusions of grandeur that he could charge a Stonehorn, so he decided to just sit there and go, I'm a wizard, and that's it. So yes, we ended with 12 points from the game, but I kept my general alive to get the grand strategy for 15, but after grand strategy Jane's on 21.
Yeah.
And we'll see you in the conclusion.
Conclusion time! Well, wasn't that fun, Mr. Fox? Huh? Oh dear. Oh dear. See? Yes, you are dismissed. There we are. It was tough. It was tough, wasn't it?
It was tough.
There was
a lot of ogres to get through, and there was an incarnate that would not die.
And you called the incarnate a he, and then it all went
Oh,
wrong.
that was a
Yeah,
mistake.
she got very mad then.
Very, very naughty, Adam. Stop it. Mrs. Panda was not happy with Mr. Fox. No, very not. No, that's it. So before you carry on crying, did you have a model of the match? I know exactly what's coming, but carry on.
Well, yes, of course I did. Surprise, surprise.
Surprise.
It's Fluffy.
Of course.
Because she just managed to survive, like, being bracketed down to 1 and
Yeah.
then just kept surviving. And
She did.
Survived about 4 rolls.
yeah.
Yes, some quite high ones as well.
Yeah.
Although, to be honest, one of her low rolls, she failed. That's it. Yeah. It was like, yeah, there were some cracking things. Yeah, so scenario-wise, you were happy with it? Your tactics and everything go well?
Yes,
Yeah.
I only had like the one turn where I couldn't score a tactic. I mean, I kept leaving the Frostlord out, hoping he died to give me a reprisal, but no, that wasn't
But
happening.
Adam rolled a 6. No, he couldn't.
I tried to kill him in turn 5.
Bless you. Well done for trying. Well done for being in the game. Well done.
Yeah, overall, I liked it. I think it was quite strong.
Yeah.
My ogres held it really well.
Well, I think the gluttons did really well.
I mean, to be fair, that unit right over there on the flank, they were incredible. They did more damage than the incarnate at some points.
Yeah,
they
usually
so
do.
good.
The incarnates are terrifying, but if you can get decent gluttons into
Gluttons
a
are
night, you
amazing.
can bring them down, especially if you roll like I don't know. So, have you got an elf of the match?
I think so, because I've sort of been tweaking this list, and I think the general rule with Lumineth is the more sentinels you can put in a list, the better.
It generally works like that, yeah.
But when that sort of started getting a bit samey, or people started working it out, you think, well, how can you tweak the list around it? So I put an incarnate in. Yeah, I thought that's good. And I put a fox back in, and I thought that's good. Yeah. And I had some clever characters, and I thought, that's good. This all looks good. Yeah. But yeah, the sentinels were the elf.
But the elf of the match, because at the end of the day, if you can fire God knows how many inches.
Yeah, there's one unit still alive.
They made it hard for me.
They did keep pumping out the mortal wounds.
And they just sat on the objective as well, meaning I had to work when I walked onto it. I had to think about who was placed where.
How many?
You have to be aware of the Unleash Hell. And
Unleash Hell's a nightmare, especially if you've got the power Hish off, then, they're mortal wounds on 5s, it's still fishing for me, it's an absolute nightmare. So, so it was really, really, really good. But apparently you can't roll for Inky.
No. Poor little Inky, that was the key thing in the game, really, is I lost the Incarnate off.
That flank was just the pivotal at that point.
And probably charging the Gluttons with him was a mistake. And I probably deployed him badly, to be honest.
So apart from all those mistakes, you did really well. That's it.
Apart from those, it was Dicey's fault.
I mean, that was with me forgetting to eat the endless spell as well. And I'm like,
she could have already been level 3 before she even went in there. But she thought she'd give you a chance. But you very kindly just couldn't then roll. It's not an elf with a bow, so you don't quite understand.
Well,
it yet.
no, exactly. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's only my second game with the list, so we'll get some practice.
Give it time. There'll be more time. You'll be back with vengeance.
Or maybe the channel were right, and I need to bring 5 foxes again.
I think it's there. I mean, and that's what we're saying. It's what the people want. Yeah, this is the people. This is it. So, speaking of which, we still need an unnamed tyrant name.
Yes, need a name, please.
Do listen. You know, he's done well. He managed to Mr. Practically Invisible or Unnameable or Unkillable when he had that.
Yes, he did well. He did really well.
That's it. I still like this scenario. I still think it looks a lot of fun. I like the fact that it switches. That you get to choose
It does.
either
Yeah,
way.
it makes you think a lot. Depending on who goes second. Sometimes you don't want to go first. You want to go second to
and
switch it.
Keeping the locus on a point gets you the extra point. If you kill a locus, you
So
get the extra point.
why did you never choose to go second?
Because at that point, I was in a position to just go, I'm on either. Like I had a bit of board control at that point.
On their tactics. To you? I don't know. It'd be like
Give me
saying you're 10-0 down and
something,
going, so why did you do that? Because I won 10-0. I don't know if you noticed. That's the point of the game. But anyway.
Board control. It was all about board control for me.
It was all up there, wasn't it? It was all there thinking. That's it, yeah. But hopefully you enjoyed that as much as Jane did. And as much as I did watching it as well. And if you want to watch some more, that's fantastic. Watch some of the other ones where Jane, it went just as well. Well, see how that went on in the other one. Apparently, in a black cap, it works better in a red one. So that's the curse of the red.
It was the fact that the red washed me out apparently, but the black dice are my friends.
So the majority of our viewers, that meant the hair was washed out, and therefore she wasn't looking as fabulous as she does now in black.
Apparently so.
Apparently so. Most of you won't understand that. We definitely don't. But don't worry about that. All right. So, as always, until next time, bye.